This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
I had a lock on it. The people, whoever took my stuff, broke that lock to get in, took my stuff, and whatever they did with the lock ruined my little bit of compensation.
New at 11, a woman turns to RTV6 after thieves stole almost everything she owns from a storage unit. Now she is struggling to get a payout from the storage company and its insurance division. RTV6's Cameron Riddle explains the insurance holdup and why she needs help holding the company accountable.
When Jacqueline Carr put everything she owned into this storage facility, she thought it'd be safe and that if something bad happened, the insurance policy she got with the facility would help cover the problem. But she says that's not at all what happened.
It's gone. It's just gone. All my personal items are gone. My stuff I've worked hard for, and it's not being replaced any way, shape, or form. And no, it's like nobody cares. It's like, sorry, your stuff got broken, but
Just weeks before moving into her new home, thieves burglarized Jacqueline Carr's storage unit at Secure Care Safe Storage on South Emerson and Beach Grove. She escorted RTV6 to her unit, showing us what was taken and what was left behind. Carr paid $9 a month for a $2,000 insurance policy from Secure Care Self-Storage. But when she filed a claim, she was denied because the company says the lock was missing after the burglary. Carr's insurance policy says 100% of the coverage will be paid out in the event of a burglary or holdup, except in cases where the unit was left unlocked prior to the break-in.
Well, I did have a lock on prior to the break-in, and after the break-in, I don't know what happened to the lock. I'm sure they cut it off, and I don't know what happened after that.
An access code is required to get both in and out of the facility, and then each unit has a key. Carr says she's 100% sure that hers was locked and says that can be proven by the store's own employees.
I asked her Tuesday, I called, and I said, so every morning from the last time you seen me punch my number in the gate until Friday morning, and there was a lock on it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. She said yes, because I do the lock check. And so Friday morning, when it wasn't there, that's when she called me.
Carr says she made a police report with Beach Grove PD, but so far, no one has looked at the security cameras to help solve the theft.
The police did not even look at the cameras because he said it wasn't directed right on my unit, but it could have seen who was parked in front of my unit.
Carr says losing everything from her bed to a car collection from her parents was frustrating enough. Now she's not getting the help from the people she thought were there to help her.
I don't know why anybody ain't helping me, find out who did it.
Working for you, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
And RTV6 has made several attempts to speak with someone from Secure Case Self-Storage, but so far our calls have not been returned. If you have a problem and have nowhere else to turn, contact us at workingforyou@RTV6.com. Well, now let's get to the forecast. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is helping you prepare for the weekend. Hey, Kevin.
And we'll have lots of Saturday sunshine. We'll need it. These are the temperatures you'll wake up to, low to mid-20s. But from there, we'll recover nicely. By midday tomorrow, 37, again with lots of sunshine. The afternoon high temperature just above average for this time of the year. We'll settle into 44 degrees. The wind, not much of a factor tomorrow out of the southeast. Eventually, it's going to come out of the south late in the day. That sets the stage for a more significant Sunday warming trend. Again, there are your high temperatures with lots of sunshine. We'll talk about Sunday changes and the big temperature tumble for next week coming up.
A man accused of robbing at least 9 businesses across central Indiana, sometimes violently, is due in court Monday. Today, IMPD announced the arrest of Jerry Davis. He faces several charges in connection to a string of robberies last month, including strangulation and battery. The robberies span from November 8th to November 20th. You can see they happen in different parts of the city at different types of businesses, from gas stations to retail stores to restaurants. In several cases, Davis is accused of assaulting employees. And new at 11, IMPD is asking for your help finding a person of interest wanted for questioning in a homicide. Officers are looking for this man. They say he has a noticeable scar on his head from a prior injury. Police want to talk to the man about a deadly stabbing that happened just before 9 o'clock this morning on Stratford Court near 42nd and Post Road. You can report information anonymously by calling Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. The family of the UPS driver who was killed in a shootout on a South Florida highway is talking about their grief. They blame police for his death.
Police is supposed to protect all of us, and they didn't protect him when he most needed it.
Suspects in an armed robbery at a jewelry store hijacked a UPS truck driven by Frank Ordonez yesterday afternoon. A long police chase ended in a shootout in the middle of traffic. The suspects, Ordonez and an innocent bystander in another car, were all killed.
They shot him dead. And this is the negligence that I'm referring to. The negligence, the irresponsibility, the lack of life, the lack of concern, the disregard for life. For a victim?
The Miami-Dade police director responded to the family's claims, saying their perceptions are because they have lost loved ones, so you can't argue with the way they view things. He went on to say he understands and empathizes with the loss. Family members say Ordonez was covering the route for another driver who had called off work. Right now, it is still unclear if the first shots came from the suspects who were being chased or from police, and we do not know who exactly shot and killed Ordonez or the bystander. Uber is making changes in an effort to improve safety. A new report from the company found more than 3,000 sexual assaults were reported during its U.S. rides last year. In response, Uber says it will release a new verification system to make sure riders get in the correct car, add on trip reporting and text to 911, and increase the size of its safety team. Allie Austin, a sexual assault survivor advocate at Families First in Indianapolis, applauds the preventative steps. She says it's also important to address how to support people if an assault does happen.
I like really what they're doing with not only trying to prevent people from being sexually assaulted, but also they're following through on their policies and trying to do as much as they can to reduce these incidences.
Uber's new steps also include creating a registry of banned drivers that can be shared with other rideshare companies and deactivating the accounts of drivers who violate policy. Fraternal Order of Police members met with President Trump at the White House today, including Indianapolis FOP President Rick Snyder. After the meeting, Snyder talked about what he calls a broken system of catch and release criminal justice.
It's when our citizens and our officers sit down at the table and talk about these things that we can start to address them. But in the meantime, it doesn't matter how many people we arrest. It doesn't matter how many talks that we have. If we are allowing criminals that are victimizing our communities right back out onto the streets, we will never make any progress.
Snyder tweeted that he is grateful for the opportunity to meet with the president to discuss the surging violence in Indianapolis. And an effort to prevent violence by getting guns off the street is happening on the northeast side tomorrow. The gun buyback at Messiah Missionary Baptist Church goes from noon to 5 p.m. The church is on 38th Street between Emerson and Arlington. We told you Wednesday participants can receive gift cards for turning over working firearms. Anyone turning in a gun for money needs to bring an ID. You can find more information in the RTV6 app. An East Side Indianapolis neighborhood that some people may connect to crime is getting positive attention tonight. Nehemiah Bible Church on Oxford Street hosted a Christmas party this evening for people in Brookside. They enjoyed food and made Christmas decorations. Organizer Jeremy Muncie says this event is about much more than partying. It's about building strength through community.
We just want everyone to know that Brookside is a good neighborhood. There are people here that care about one another. There are people who have a mission to see that our neighborhood continues to grow and be better.
The decorations made tonight will be put on display on Oxford Street. You just watched the Pac-12 crown its champion. Tomorrow, the Big Ten will do the same here in Indianapolis. Ohio State takes on Wisconsin at 8 o'clock Saturday night at Lucas Oil Stadium. Several downtown streets will be closed for fan events throughout the day. Police ask that you prepare for increased traffic and people in the area. In other Big Ten football news, IU's head coach is signing on to stay with the Hoosiers. Today, the university announced a 7-year contract with Tom Allen worth around $27 million. IU will find out the team's bowl game selection on Sunday. And Purdue's football field is getting a new name. Starting next year, the field at Ross-Ade Stadium will be named Rohrman Field. The Bob Rohrman family, known for their automobile dealerships across the state, made a $15 million gift for improvements to Ross-Ade. But enough about football.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, go ahead, John. Go ahead. Here they come, the Marion Giants. And here we come with our first Friday night of Who's Your Hoop Hysteria. High-flying stuff to open the brand-new basketball season, so grab some popcorn. Week 1's coming up here on RTV6.
Did you know we are in the middle of a nationwide Santa shortage? How St. Nick is helping retailers in the battle against online shopping and how it's creating job opportunities. And working for you, RTV6 answers your calls for help and gives you a voice when you feel like you are not being heard.
At the lights across here, those lights have been out for over 2 years. All they do is twinkle when they come on.
Karen Squires is speaking up and calling out the problems she sees every day. Topping her list are the numerous lights in the complex that are either burnt out or flickering all night long. It is unclear exactly how many lights are out and what time the lights that do work are scheduled to turn on. Those are questions I tried to ask, but my calls to the complex's management team were not returned. She says she's speaking up for the apartment's paying customers who are too afraid to speak for themselves.
A 9-year-old Victorian bulldog named Hadley has been missing from Whiteland since Saturday. April Isham and her daughter Micah are heartbroken. They know Hadley was picked up somewhere along Whiteland Road and was taken to the Johnson County Animal Shelter, but the shelter says she was not left there. The people who took her have the family's contact information, but now days later, she hasn't been returned. The missing bulldog we told you about named Hadley is now back home. Take a look at this video right here that the family shared showing the moment they got her back. The family says a couple from Avon contacted them today after finding Hadley on the west side near Washington Street and Raceway Road.
Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
And how about that? We've started the weekend together, 12:06:51 here at RTV6. A good Saturday on the way. Sunday will be warmer, but a lot more clouds. So the sun-filled day is tomorrow, or today. Then on Sunday, 52 degrees with lots of clouds. More wind, but will stay dry. I just want to point out next week, we've talked about this for several days. It will still be a little bit shocking, but at least we know it's coming. Big blast of cold air starts to arrive Tuesday, have its biggest impact on Wednesday. But 53, Monday's high. We back off a lot with falling temperatures Tuesday. The core of the cold air will be over central Indiana as we get to the middle of next week. Temperatures average about 44 this time of year. We'll be right at that mark during the day as we go through the day on Sunday. The wind will increase, the cloud cover will increase, and the temperature will as well. There are your 30-mile-per-hour gusts. I think the peak wind gusts will come in the afternoon in this 1 to 5 range when we start to warm things up just a bit. If you're still chasing leaves at home, that's exactly what you'll be doing, is chasing leaves, trying to rake those as the winds will be strong. During the day Sunday, we'll start warmer. Temperatures above freezing. 42 mid-morning Sunday. By noon, 48 degrees. Temperatures, they'll make it back into the 50s, as you can see on Sunday afternoon. All the clouds are around, but I think we hold off on any rain until we get to the overnight hours. Temperatures just a little cooler to the north, mid-50s to the south. 11 o'clock on Sunday night, the cloud cover in place. That's what we go back to work to on Monday. Rain across central Indiana. Temperatures in Monday morning's drive close to 50 degrees. We'll be in the lower 50s with rain continuing through the day on Monday. The stage is set for a couple snow showers potentially Tuesday as temperatures fall. Wednesday down to 15 in the morning, only 22 for the high, 13 degrees on Thursday. Most of next week is just dry and cold. Let's talk basketball with Dave.
Yeah, Hoosier Hoop Hysteria. Nothing like a big conference game to start the season. HCC Hoop Fishers hosting Noblesville. That's Jordan Gaddis with the spin in the paint. Noblesville's up 1. Fishers answers on the break. Jeffrey Simmons won't be denied. Tigers retake the lead. And then it's Alex Zailaji, 3-ball corner pocket. Tigers win it 59-51. They're now 3-0. Good evening to you. It was just a week ago they were deciding the football state championships tonight. The road to the basketball titles has begun, although it's been underway for the girls for several weeks now. Back to the boys, though, and a couple of good ones on the northeast side, and what could be a big year for Lawrence Township schools and Dave's home video.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Here they come, the Marion Giants making the move down to Indianapolis in a big game. This is their second game of the season, taking on Lawrence North. This is their season opener, ranked 3rd in the state in 4A. Big things expected from the Wildcats as Jack Keeper now begins his 44th season at LN. 795 wins and counting. And there's Jack. 3rd on the all-time win list. How about it? Back for another season. Lawrence North and White quickly on the move. Shamar Avance, the alley-oop to Tony Perkins. First points of the season. What a way to start. Now Marion slow out of the gate. Air ball there. Ellen quickly the other way. Dorian Hatton the dish to DJ Hughes for the jam. He had 10. Wildcats up 8. Say goodbye to the Giants. Hatton here with a 3-ball. He had 10 tonight. Tough one for Marion. Perkins, game high 20. Avance had 18. LN wins it 83-63 as the Wildcats win their season opener. Well, when it comes to Lawrence Central, the Stars, they're going to be out all season long. There's no question about it. Al Gooden, of course, back for his 6th season as the head coach. They've got not 1 but 2 Mr. Basketball candidates in Nigel Pack, who's headed to Kansas State, and DeAndre Davis, who just recently committed to Louisville. And I love this on the far side of the arena here. How about this poster honoring Kyle Guy, who, of course, helped Virginia to the national championship last spring. All that so in the past, though, because they got Carmel, the reigning 4A champs, here tonight. And LC in White, watch him crash the boards. The aforementioned Dre Davis with the tip. He had 24 tonight. Then it's Pack. Dribble drive, a little leaner in the lane. He also had 18. Carmel's young bunch. This team's going to be much better and much different towards the end of the season than they are now. Pete Suter, though, the sophomore, up and in. LC wins at 67-41. The Bears improved to 2-0. Carmel now 1-2. Wrapping up Dave's home video. We're going to have a chance to see several rising stars this season, and Monrovia certainly has one of them. Senior Josh Smith had 25 in their season opener and getting into conference play tonight. That's right, the Bulldogs hosting Cascade tonight. Monrovia in White and Smith. He's just getting warmed up. 3-ball from the corner. And then moments later, Smith here on the drive and dish. Zachary Bolin with the reverse. Cascade answers with Stephen Alderson here in the lane, but Monrovia, strong start to the season. Dogs win at 61-34 as they improve to 2-0. One more tonight. Conference opener at Decatur Central. The Hawks hosting Franklin. DC in White. That's Javon Tracy. Wide open. Brandon Smith for the lay-in. And a pretty cool day for Kenny Tracer. Coming off a tremendous football season. Scores his 1,000th career point in basketball. DC up big and back to Javon. Drives through the lane. DC wins at 64-40. They're now 2-1. A quick look tonight, week 1 of Hoosier Hoop Hysteria. And, of course, it's another Friday night for the Pacers. Barely a month into the season. Already wrapping up the season series with the Pistons. One more in Detroit. Malcolm Brogdon getting those handles all warmed up. What they had to deal with Blake Griffin for the first time this season. Pacers trailed by as many as 13 in the first half, but outscored Detroit by 15 in the third. T.J. Warren lead the way. He had a game-high 26. Brogdon had 21. But Detroit ends the game on a 14-4 run. Griffin had 25. Andre Drummond had 25 points and 22 boards. Pacers lose tonight 108-101. They're at the Knicks tomorrow night. Hey, finally tonight, first and foremost, from Taylor University.
Robinson, left side high. Hubbard thought about a 3. One hand bounce. Robinson to break the silence.
Rick Johnston with the call as the Taylor University Silent Night tradition continues. Tonight, the Trojans hosting Ohio Chillicothe. And per the ritual, the students and fans remain silent until the 10th point when they go absolutely nuts and charge the court. Great way to blow off some steam before finals week. Taylor went on to win the game 89-50. The Trojans are now 6-4. And finals, well, they start Monday. Good luck, kids. The News at 11 continues after the game.
Brick-and-mortar stores can offer something special that online shopping cannot. Santa. That means many stores are hiring Hoosiers to fill Santa's shoes. More stores and shopping centers are offering pictures with St. Nick as incentive to attract shoppers. Booking sites report that Santa requests are up 102% this year. Hiring Hoosiers told you back in October, being the big guy is big business. Larry Shaw has been working as Santa for more than 40 years.
I kept being told I was charging too little, and so I doubled my price. When I doubled my price, I also doubled the number of people that wanted me. I go, whoa.
Shaw founded the Facebook group Hoosier Santas. It books Santas and provides resources and advice for those interested in this kind of seasonal work. And as the year winds down, we're taking a look back at some of the programs and resources that are helping Hoosiers overcome employment barriers. A criminal record is one of them. Earlier this year, I discovered PACE Public Advocates and Community Reentry, a nonprofit dedicated to helping people and families affected by incarceration.
I made a lot of bad decisions in my life.
Sitting across from me is 26-year-old Montclair Hansbrough, a dad of a 2-year-old daughter, a soon-to-be husband, and a recent hire for a construction company. His journey to this spot, though, has been a difficult one. Addicted to marijuana, Hansbrough says he was committing robberies, stealing cars, and manipulating loved ones.
That's what ended up leading me to get my second felony, which was attempted burglary, because I was trying to get money for my fix. But, I ended up getting caught, and, at that time, that was the best thing that happened to me.
Hansbrough spent 3 months behind bars and 1.5 years on house arrest. That's when he found PACE.
I was ready to accept help and actually do something with it.
In Marion County in 2017, almost 40% of people incarcerated returned within 3 years. However, PACE's clients only saw a 4% return rate.
We're just trying to walk beside them, hold hands, while all of these goals that are set get met.
I understand you get locked up for what you do. I believe in, you got to pay for what you've done. But when you get out of jail, you're still paying for it. Because you can't find a job. No one's willing to take a risk on you. You can't even get housing because they don't want to take a risk on you, So it's just like you end up in a circle.
Through PACE, Hansbrough received the skills to get a job.
If you go back out there, there's no telling if you will make it back. And that right there, that scares me. Like I said, nonetheless of who I, let down as far as my daughter, my fiance, my family. PACE, how they supported me throughout this whole transition. And myself. I don't want to be that guy no more. And I'm not going to say I don't want to be because I'm not going to be.
And to learn more about PACE or any career-related story you see on RTV6, go to our website, hiringhoosiers.com. Now to a night of recognition for talented and dedicated Hoosiers. The Indiana Latino Expo handed out its annual awards for professionals making contributions to Indiana. The group honored 8 people in the areas of business, education, public service, philanthropy, and community service. Students from Forest Glen School in Lawrence Township performed during that gala. RTV6 was a media sponsor, and our Rafael Sanchez emceed the awards event. We will be right back after this quick break.
0 deposit, 0 first month, and 0 due at signing.
A dry weekend, and your weekend is underway, by the way. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, clouds on Sunday, rain Monday, and then it's just like a giant slide, and we're all on it. Wow. From Monday down to Wednesday's high of 22.
Enjoy the weekend, and then it gets cold.
Yes.
Maybe go shopping for a jacket this weekend.
Or just shopping in general.
I'm down for that. Good night.